I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here at the Hub Culture Davos studio. Delighted to be joined by Vineet Mittal. Thank you so much for coming along.
My pleasure.
The chairman of Avaada. First of all, tell me a bit about Avaada.
Avaada is a company which is focusing into sustainable investment. Our name is derived from Ayurveda, which means science of life. So our family constitution, we have taken a vow that whatever business we will do has to be sustainable and it should cause a positive impact into the society. And we should internally evaluate return on our investment based on people, planet, and profit, so that whatever we do has to have positive impact.
So you're right along there with the Sustainable Development Goals. So I want to look at that. Now, 3 of the major risks that the World Economic Forum highlighted before this week started related to climate change. How did what Modi say, the President of India, fit into that?
Actually, our Prime Minister is very passionate about climate change. He has written the book about climate change when he was Gujarat's Chief Minister also. And he's the one who pioneered the entire solar revolution in the country. As a Gujarat CM, even before the country started focusing on the solar, he made sure that utilities of the Gujarat state signed the power purchase agreement and came out with one of the best policy for solar power purchase. So he firmly believes in sustainable lifestyle. If you hear his speech at Davos, he mentioned clearly it's about his focus and concerns about environment change, and probably India and China will provide the leadership for environmental related concern, and whether some of the big countries join or continue to remain in COP21 or not, he has been very, very vocal that he will continue to focus on this.
Tell me about the International Solar Alliance.
Our Honorable Prime Minister has this vision that Capricorn to Cancer, they should learn from each other's experience. And whatever we have done in terms of policy making, in terms of financing, learning, new type of instruments, technology, innovation should be shared with all of them. And India as a nation has a very strong focus to build stronger ties with South Asian and African nations. So his International Solar Alliance is started by France and India to focus on helping member countries in adopting more and more solar-based solution in meeting their energy needs.
So, renewable energy accounted for 18% of all of India's power capacity in 2017. Given the target of producing 40% of its energy needs through renewable sources by 2030, how achievable is this goal?
Actually, the goal is very lofty and ambitious. As a first step, Indian government has set up a very achievable goal of 175 gigawatt of clean energy sources by 2022. And we believe based on the current policy intervention and the focus of government, that goal is achievable. That means that government will have to award out another 60 gigawatt of solar and around 20 odd gigawatt of wind over next 2 years, so that those projects come online before 2022. But we are seeing a very, very strong focus on this. And the game-changing thing is that in the latest tariff of solar and wind, they have become more and more competitive to conventional power. Coal still remains a predominant source of energy in India, but the behavior is changing. We are seeing ourselves that a lot of customers are calling us because we have become more competitive and saying that supply us power directly using solar. And our view is in one of the African countries, we have given a proposal to manage their peaking power requirement through batteries. So what we will do is we will generate power using solar and store it in the batteries during the day, and from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., which is their peak hour, will be supplying the power to the grid, and it will do the grid balancing, grid stabilization, power balancing. But besides that, they are saving almost 50%. They were using diesel to generate those power, and it was costing them fortune, and we were able to reduce the cost drastically. So we see there is a huge opportunity, and for India, the game-changing view is that we went to mountains of Himalayas and Kargil at the border of Pakistan, and there were villages which were never electrified before because it had 6 people, some villages had 10, some places had 30, and we could directly bring them electricity through solar and battery using the DC power. So they are using the DC bulbs, DC fans and stuff like that. So I firmly believe if you have the desire and vision, it will be achievable, and we are lucky that we have leader like our Prime Minister Mr. Modi, who himself is very committed about bringing these changes. Since he has become the Prime Minister, he is focusing a lot on clean living, ease of living, clear environment, clean environment, and almost if you go, every household has got this awareness, and we are seeing the behavior changing from the grassroots level.
Thank you so much for coming by to speak to me here in the Hub Culture studio in Davos, and I'm Edie Lush.
Thank you so much.